I have a coworker born in the 2000s.
Gross.
And he just likes to say, I'm the 90s baby whisperer. And he walks up to me and he just goes, I'm not calling you a truther, and then walks away.
I like that the remembering of that instance made you laugh longer than you intended.
It was also watching you have a reaction to it where you didn't laugh out loud, but you did sort of like...
I didn't have a reaction.
You flinched away from the microphone to like hold back your chortle.
No, I didn't. I had an itch.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Who Is My Doctor?
Who is my doctor?
Who is indeed. I'm your host, Zach, and I know a lot about Doctor Who.
And I'm also your host, Cassie. And
she forgets this question every time. Yep. We've done this 125 times, and every time is a surprise.
In my defense, I have better things to do than think about what I'm going to say in the intro to this silly podcast that we do. Also, I had a very surreal experience the other day where I walked out from the back of the house to get started on work, and one of our housemates was listening to our podcast out loud, and I went, sounds familiar.
That sounds like me.
Well, no, because I went, that guy sounds like Zach. Because I don't know what I sound like on podcasts. Because I think I sound way different in this.
The reverberations in your head don't sound.
Yes, I sound worse. I don't know how anybody can get through this.
You sound worse in podcast, you think, than in your head?
Oh my God, I sound worse everywhere. That's just not. Which is why I think I would make a very mediocre voice actor. Because I don't think anybody else sounds like me.
This is my voice. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Today we're going to watch Series 9, Episodes 3 and 4, Under the Lake and Before the Flood.
Did you know? Immediately jumping into a fun fact. I think it's in the Middle East where there are certain bathhouses that are built underneath cemeteries.
We talked about this, I think, last episode.
Under the lake. Under the lake. It doesn't matter. It's a fun fact that is also a little scary because now I'm reading a book about somebody's experience working in a crematory, and I'm going through something.
Today we're going to watch, I think, a pretty interesting two-parter. Gonna have to have you fish back in your memory here a little bit. When we went to go see the Doctor Who exhibit a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Fisher King? It was one of the pieces.
Was it one of the suits that I thought was
one
really
of the
cool?
suits that you responded to.
Okay.
Because this is the episode that is from. I'm sure you'll remember it when you see it.
Okay.
Because it's a very impressive costume. I'll put it that way. That's not until episode 2. But since you don't remember, what sort of expectations do you have from a two-parter called Under the Lake and Before the Flood?
Did you know that in the Middle East, some bathhouses are built under cemeteries? Under the lake. Either something, my little jokey jokes aside, Under the Lake does, it feels very Scooby-Doo to me. Mm-hmm. Where Under the Lake, I just feel like that is such a story trope.
Because I feel like
of some kind of creature that is coming, that lives in the lake and comes lurching out of the lake. But then when you investigate it, you find out that there's a whole underwater submarine network.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things like that. There's, I mean, even in just our lore, there's in our real world lore, there's the creature from the Black Lagoon, there's the Loch Ness Monster.
There's even that one episode of Archer where they go under the ocean and there's a whole submarine
Jason Voorhees
city.
from Friday the 13th emerges from Crystal Lake.
Yeah, so there's something to be said of like it conjures images of either like an underwater lab,
And I think
dare I say
specifically,
city, or like some kind of creature, humanoid, like stepping out of the water.
I gotta say, you're actually very, very accurate this time. That's a pretty good nail on the head here. Because this story takes place in an underwater base.
Okay. A base.
A base under siege in Doctor Who.
We never get that in these. Oh my goodness.
Next, you're gonna tell me there's some kind of man in a big fursuit chasing after them that kills people by touching them.
Is that what this fucking is?
This is, I don't know if I'd call it a base under siege necessarily, because they're not trying to take over. In fact,
Whatever. It is a fucking wartime base situation.
This is an underwater base that is
I knew it.
This is an underwater base that is currently being
Remodeled.
Not remodeled is the wrong word for it. I'm trying to find the right word that's not going to give away what the answer to this Profassi question is, because we're getting into the Cassie Profassi right now.
Hooray.
They are being tormented by what kind of undead creature?
Okay.
Is it zombies, ghosts, or vampires?
I want to, because I outed myself a little bit and said that if you put in an answer I like, I will always choose that one because I want it to be true. So I want it to be ghosts or vampires. I get a feeling that it's probably zombie.
Zombie ghosts. I mean, we did last time we met vampires. They were fish people,
That is true.
and this is underwater.
Well, yeah, but you know that if you say vampire, that is not the first image that comes to mind for me.
Fair. Yeah, these are the scales of a killer Bella.
I was listening to an interview that Robert Pattinson was giving, like a recent interview where he was like, what nobody knows about filming those films is that we were all so earnest and taking it so serious. Looking back, that's the silliest shit. This cast now could not do those films because in the moment we didn't know we were doing these. We were doing it very serious, but now we realize like, oh, there was a big tongue-in-cheek quality about everything that we were doing in hindsight.
Yeah. Well, I just remember, I think it was sort of late in the ad campaign for the last movie, I think, where I think he was on a talk show. It might have been like Jimmy Fallon or something like that, where I'm sure he's done 60, 70, 80 interviews about this fucking movie by now.
Yeah.
And it's the fifth of these movies he's done. And he's so ready to be done promoting this movie and move on to something else. And the question is like, you're wrapping up this super long project. And like fans certainly love this stuff. And it's great. It's gotta be really sad for you. It's like for them. He just like goes, yeah, it's sad for somebody else. I'm ready. I'm done.
Yeah. That's like when all of the kids are like, I'm so sad that the show is ending. Aren't you sad, Cass? And I go, I'm sad you're sad.
The show never ends for me. The show must go on.
Literally, the show never ends.
You just got Jim Broadbent singing in your ear. The show must go on.
Well, because little do they know is that even when the show is over for them, I still have to fucking deal with it and clean that shit up. So long after.
So zombies, ghosts, or vampires, Cassie?
Zombies, ghosts, or vampires. It's one of those three. May I ask, is there some kind of like twist in the sense that like, oh, it's vampires, but they're fish. Oh, it's ghosts, but they're fish. Oh, it's zombies, but they're fish. Or is it exactly what I like would envision, where it's like
so
are they humanoid?
With
or are they
one
not?
exception, they are all what they say on the tin.
They are all what they say on the what?
On the tin. So like they are what they are. They really are zombies. They really are ghosts. They really are vampires.
Are they humanoid or something different?
They're humanoid.
Okay.
In fact, over the course of this story, we watch like characters turn into this thing.
I don't feel like Ghost poses a lot of a threat, although I do like the answer of Ghost.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you did say you were talking about Scooby-Doo.
I know.
What's more Scooby-Doo than a ghost?
Or vampire.
Yeah, especially 'cause I think the Scooby-Doo episode you're specifically thinking of is like a ghost in a diver suit.
It's the first one. It's I believe it's one of the first ones.
Yeah, the diver suit ghost. Yeah.
That shit is so spooky. Like now when you watch it.
Is that the one with like I can't remember. Is the diver suit the one that's got like the laughing skull in it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
No wonder that shit became iconic.
It's silly. I'm gonna say Ghost. I like that. I am gonna be a little disappointed if it's zombie, especially disappointed if it's vampire, because I do like that answer. I'll be very happy if it's vampire and I was wrong, but Ghost I think is
All right. So, Cassie thinks that this underwater base is being haunted by ghosts. We learned that the Doctor took apart a radio in the TARDIS and used it to make a robot of what kind of critter? I was struggling to come up with questions, and this pops up near the end of the episode, and I was like, this is such a Cassie question. Ooh. It's a question about critters.
Ooh, a critter, you say?
Yeah, he took apart a radio.
Big or small?
I would say small. I'll think it's a woodland critter.
Oh, okay, that changes my answer then.
He took apart a radio and used it to make a clockwork blank. and that blank is a little woodland critter.
So I was gonna say something more bug oriented because I'm thinking about the Spy Kids. The like
you've had Spy Kids on the brain.
Spy bug.
Because you mentioned the Spy Kids glasses last episode.
I mean, we're watching a sci-fi show. What do you think I'm thinking of?
Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he created?
Like, I don't know what you want from me, dude. Okay, woodland critter?
A little woodland critter. I know you...
a woodland... A radio deer that lives in the TARDIS.
If it helps, you don't see it. Clara just describes it. So sorry to disappoint.
That's really disappointing. Okay. If I said, like, rodent, would you give it...
I would want you to be a little more specific. Like, you don't have to guess like the specific subspecies, but I'm not gonna. But rodent feels like the category I'm giving you when I say woodland critter.
I just didn't know if I could cheese it. I would say chipmunk or like ground squirrel, something like that. Oh wait, because they're in the UK. I don't think they have chipmunks in the UK.
I don't know. I've never looked that up.
So if I say chipmunk or ground squirrel because they're very similar, would you give it to me?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, because I know that like in terms of here, like badgers are very different here than they are there.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
They don't have possums. That's a unique North American thing. I don't know that they have raccoons, but also like squirrels are different.
I'm sure a raccoon swam its way over there. It's not that far.
They're not that far. It was fun. I had a friend.
I just like picturing a raccoon in the Atlantic Ocean. I'm going on an adventure.
I had a friend from Lebanon, and he recently moved back to the U.S. but forgot about squirrels because they don't have anything like a squirrel in Lebanon. Mm-hmm. And so every lunch break, he would just be like, "They're so funny. How do you get anything done? They're so silly." It's like, they're everywhere, dude. And he's like, no, they're just here. They're just here.
Squirrels, they're just here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say chipmunk / ground squirrel.
All right.
Just to cover my base.
All right. That works for me. All right. We will find out together if this underwater base is being haunted by ghosts and if the Doctor took apart a radio to build himself a chipmunk or a squirrel. As we watch...
Ground squirrel, there's a difference.
As we watch Under the Lake, and then we'll be right back before we watch Before the Flood. Before the Flood. Before.
BB44.
My favorite Star Wars android. Did you finally cave to the pressure of your concerned neighbors and call those beige jumpsuited goons? Did you stand there and watch as they vacuumed up Great Uncle Barnaby just because he liked to manifest at 3 a.m. and screen read the news? Yeah, you did. And now your house is quiet. Too quiet. All because you listened to some New Yorkers that sound like they're from Chicago. The floorboards don't groan. You don't hear the echoes of a Victorian child's sorrow. Your cabinets stay closed. Your milk stays cold and uncurdled. It's sterile. It's boring. It's afterlifeless. Welcome to Spectral Restoration Services, the Unbusters. At Spectral Restoration, we believe that a house isn't a home unless there's a 19th century coal miner weeping in your pantry. We don't use proton packs, we use spiritual bait, ancient grudges, and very, very cursed heirlooms. Don't let those guys in the converted ambulance tell you how to live. If you want your attic to smell like brimstone and your mirrors to bleed get out, that is your right as a homeowner. Call 1-800-PUT-'EM-BACK today, because busting doesn't always make you feel good. And we are back from under the lake. Or under the lake if you've hit puberty.
I was just going to ask you that.
Under the lake. Hello, welcome to Under the Lake. Welcome to McDonald's. We are under the lake. Would you like fries with that?
I know that there's a comparison for like teenage boy.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a teenage girl, like kid voice?
I feel like it's like this.
I just know people that talk like this all the time. And frankly, this voice is way nicer to listen to. Ow.
I feel like the quintessential like teenage girl voice is to sound like Rachel McAdams in Mean Girls. So you agree? You think you're really pretty?
She is a fugly bitch. Do not trust her. I love Mean Girls so much.
How'd you feel about this episode? You don't have to like it as much as Mean Girls. I like few things in the world as much as I like Mean Girls.
We pivot. This is now a Mean Girls podcast.
Who is my mean girl?
Oh my God. I always feel bad for Gretchen Wieners. But Karen's my mean girl. I guess Janice is kind of a mean girl, but like in the non-traditional sense because she's like the alt one.
What'd you think of Under the Lake?
I liked the video game like hijinks.
The video game hijinks?
There was one moment in the episode where I went, oh, in the video game version, I would immediately die. Okay. Story time.
I assume that you're not talking about when Peter Capaldi eats a mushroom and grows twice his size.
No. There's a part. It's not in Link's Awakening, but the game that came after that. Zelda.
The Echoes of Wisdom.
Yes. The first thing you have to do is get Zelda out of her little like cell.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to sneak through a warehouse, basically. That's the first mission of the game. I failed so hard because I hate sneak missions. I hate them so much.
You like to do your dashing, your little running around.
Well, this was the running around, and it's not sneaking as much as it was.
Talking when they're trying to like trick the ghost into the Faraday cage, so they're like running around like, I'm over here now. Look over here.
Yeah. Hey, ghost.
And then they never thought in all this planning they could split up. These ghosts could split the party.
I mean, Gaming 101 never split the party.
Yeah, but ghosts don't know that.
I know.
Ghosts ain't got no brain.
I mean, they clearly do. They also got no eyes. Because they got no eyes, it does just look like they're all wearing sunglasses.
They all took a cue from Peter Capaldi to wear sunglasses to get the Ray-Bans out.
That's the thing is I know that you had said like, oh, that was going to be one of my questions. What?
Yeah, I had debated on.
I wish that their makeup had been less they're just like bottomless black holes and more of a like, if it was just a smoothed over like fleshy, that would have been way scarier.
I do like, there's a couple of times where they like pan over them and you do see like a texture behind their eyes.
That's just called mesh screen so the actors can still see out.
But I do. There's something almost tryptophobic about what you see when you like get the glaze over their eyes. I really thought that was kind of neat.
I do like how excited the doctor is when he's like, "Oh my God, it's ghosts!
I've never seen a real ghost before.
Yay, ghosts!"
I have so many questions for them. Do you still get hungry?
Because I was like, I can't believe that the doctor had never seen a ghost.
Never seen a real one. He's seen lots of fake ones, I'm sure.
Well, because
He's seen
also
lots of Scooby-Doo ghosts. Not everyone that's real.
in paranormal, in the world of the paranormal, a ghost has to use a lot of energy to do a full body sustained apparition like that. So I'm sure that the doctor hasn't seen full bodied apparitions like this because that takes a lot of freaking energy to do. So if he knows, then he goes.
Can't believe no one's ever taken the doctor on the Haunted Mansion.
God, could you imagine the doctor with Ghost Adventures?
The doctor and Zach Baggins.
Oh my God, the doctor literally in Zach Baggins' haunted museum. Where he too is just like, oh yeah, I feel uneasy. It's because there's nothing but red lights. And I have a firm belief that they use those subwoofers that like make you feel uneasy because the entire time you're in there, you're like, ugh, I don't feel good. Like I just feel gross. There was one doll that had belonged to a little girl, and the little girl led a very sad life. It was Victorian times, you know. But when we were in that room, I was like, oh, this doll is making me feel safe. And I don't know if it's because I look like this doll. So this doll is like, wow, look, this is like the little girl I used to live with. But I was just like, I'm good in this corner. Me and this doll are vibing.
The doll looks at you. You have the spirit of a Victorian child.
Yeah. I was just like, I'm going to vibe with this doll. Because everything else in this fucking house is so scary.
But speaking of our names.
I would love the doctor to investigate a haunted museum like that.
But speaking of our names, this episode also prominently features a woman named Cass.
Yeah, and she's mute.
Yeah, she's I can't tell if she's mute or I mean she might be mute and deaf, but I think she was just deaf and so she just signs.
Still.
Yeah, well, it's always fun when Doctor Who brings in something that you just don't see on television a lot.
No, because it's also not like, oh, this is our token disabled person. Flip. They go, oh my God, not only do they go, oh, she has this one very good skill where she can read lips because that is something that she's very good at. The doctor goes, she's the smartest person in this whole building aside from me. But I think she might be smarter than me. So I'm going to go to her and ask her questions. Which I really appreciate when it's not just like here's this person with a special disability and that's what makes them special and unique and why they're in this episode, no other reason.
Well, it's nice that they found, like, I think the story dictated they needed someone who could read lips and they just decided, hey, this is a cool way to like make that special skill like intrinsic to that character.
Yeah.
And then they, yes-anded to the point where they make her a more fleshed out person. And I think that really helps because the show does this. The show does this a handful of times. One of the things I love about Doctor Who is that they do that in ways I feel like a lot of other shows don't.
And this episode in particular features several people of color.
Yeah, several people of color on an underwater base in the future. Doctor Who obviously is a hit and miss show as we have discovered over this, but I can't think of another show that does this well. I
also realize that you have to give it a little bit of credit.
Another show of genre television, I should say.
It's in the same vein as show like cartoons that have longevity.
Yeah.
And that have been airing forever. Mm-hmm. Where every single episode of The Simpsons is not going to be a banger. Mm-hmm. But God, when it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I have a lot of respect for the shows that do have a shorter show run because the showrunners specifically go, I have a very specific story. There are no filler episodes. Everything is canonical, which is really nice. But when you have something that doesn't have a specific expiration date.
Yeah, when you have something that is meant to go on the way Doctor Who does.
Yeah, it is nice when you have, despite some filler episodes that are just kind of dumb. Mm-hmm. It is really refreshing then and does make moments where the episodes are genuinely good. genuinely good.
Like it's an impressive. It's still an impressive skill to make a show go for this long and still be coming up with new ideas and execute them in interesting ways. Even if it's not always, even if they don't always hit it out of the park, the fact that they're always trying to is a really impressive feat. This deep into it, they're in their 52nd year as of when we're watching this.
Yeah,
I mean, as of when we're
52nd year from the first episode, even though it did have a little bit of a break.
Yeah, from the first episode.
Okay.
Like what we're watching right now, we're in like the 60 something year, but like what we're watching, like the series 9 is the 52nd year of the show.
Yeah, but it took. I guess not radio shows.
The audio dramas.
Yes, thank you. I suppose you could still count those as.
Yeah, I mean, well, even then, that's all the more impressive that it spans across multiple forms of media because there's novels and comics. And anyway, we're getting off on a tangent here. You got both Professy questions right this time.
I did.
This is Haunted by Ghosts and the Doctor Made a Clockwork Squirrel that I'm really upset we don't get to see.
I'm furious. I understand its justification because I too have had songs stuck in my head for several days. If I had the power to alter the means of the song into something else so I wasn't plagued by it. Although there was that one moment in the pandemic, during the pandemic, where for like 3 days, I just had the beginning of the Rugrats theme song stuck in my head. Mm-hmm. Mind you, had not watched the Rugrats recently. Mm-hmm. Had not seen or had anything to do with the Rugrats. I just had that very loud, like, boop, 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 in my head at all hours of the day.
I gotta also imagine.
Do you remember that? Do you remember the night where I couldn't sleep because I could not stop thinking about the Rugrats theme song?
No, because I imagine I fell asleep instantly and annoyed you to hell with that. God. But how many times have I gone around the house, like someone just sang like one bar, and I'm like, well, that's my personality for the day is this song.
Well, that's yesterday when all I could say was skinny.
The skinniest Jackson.
The skinniest Jackson. Skinny. Anyways. You're welcome.
Oh, man. Our stems are horrible.
The dark, the sword, the forsaken, the temple.
The dark, the sword, the forsaken, the temple.
Stupid.
What if I want to finish up this thought? It's got to be dangerous to let a squirrel run around the TARDIS, though.
Nah.
Especially considering if you remember Journey to the Center of the TARDIS.
No, he made the squirrel for K9. He made a robo squirrel for K9 to chase.
So if you remember all the, like, when the TARDIS decides to make new rooms or new technology, it grows off of a tree. And there's a squirrel running around the TARDIS.
See, I liked my justification way better.
There's a squirrel and a horse running around the TARDIS. There's a horse to chase K9 and a K9 to chase the squirrel. Doctor's gonna have to build an elephant to chase the horse.
Doctor.
Do you think
Dr. Wolf?
Do you think
that is a squirrel?
Do you think a robot squirrel eats nuts and bolts?
Yeah. Oh, good joke, buddy.
Anyway, as we were on about the dark, the sword, the forsaken,
over
the temple.
here. I'm over here going woof, woof, woof. Doctor.
Bark, bark, bark. Master, bark.
Master, Master, bark. This is what dogs do. Woof. Affirmative.
I like you. We have not seen him in seasons of television.
You literally bought me a little. It's supposed to be a mug, but it is a decorative little canine that lives on our shelf. And I look up at that some bitch every single day, and I just go affirmative. So you cannot tell me, wow, I'm so impressed. You enabled this. You could have gotten me a Dalek.
Let it never be said that I do not enable my girlfriend's worst habits.
Affirmative.
Especially when they overlap with my interests.
The dark, the sword, forsaken, the temple.
Yeah, just the
stupid. I don't like. That was my least favorite part.
The only part of it that really got
it feels like a stretch.
The part that was a stretch for me was the sword. Like the dark. Okay.
The sword made the most sense to me.
See, I was the opposite. I was like, why the fuck would an alien species care about our constellations?
Well, because it's like the dark being space, okay, and then having it go. Well, here it's space, and then here is specifically if any if any outer space species are trying to find a specific locale and these 4 stars perfectly line up and point in the direction of that, I can justify. It's the second it goes then to the Forsaken. Okay. That could be anywhere.
The only abandoned town in all of the world.
Yeah, you've been to the Western United States, right? There's like hundreds of forsaken abandoned towns that are called, guess what? Ghost towns.
Ghost towns.
Oh my God, could you imagine the Doctor and Clara investigating like Calico?
Oh, that'd be so fun though.
Not like the theme park version, but
like the Doctor in an actual ghost town.
Like an actual mine. Like
we combine this episode in a town called Mercy into Ghost Town.
Like I know that like Doctor Who is a British show and they don't care much about American history. But like I think that they would really do a wonderful job with a more specific like we've got abandoned mines that are just out there.
Mm-hmm. Like
what kind of evil is lurking in those? Yeah,
I have to imagine that it would be that there were better terms for it, but they were like, oh, but the better terms are less like ooky spooky ghosty. We need to sound like
because when you say Forsaken, I know that it is more of a colloquial thing, but when you say Forsaken, I go lake. Forsaken Lake, Knott's Berry Farm, the scare zone.
They end up following the directions wrong, and they wind up just at a church in Knott's Berry Farm. Where is the one who summoned us? Ooh, look, the accelerator. I hear they use an aircraft carrier to launch the roller coaster.
Oh, it reaches speeds of 65 miles an hour in under 6 seconds. Wow.
This looks like that Katy Perry music video.
Oh, yeah. That roller coaster has you hanging at 110 degrees.
That sounds hot. Not those kind of degrees, Maurice.
But yeah, that's my only hang up with this particular episode is I can get behind the dark and the sword.
Yeah.
It's everything after that where I went, this is a stretch.
Yeah. I think the whole thing's a little bit of a stretch, but I like the aesthetics of it so much that I can't really like the ghosts are so cool.
I don't like their sunglasses eyes.
I like that
they are corporeal. I do think it's stupid that they can interact with metal.
Well, they sort of later on establish that it has to do with the thing that is causing the ghosts.
Because they can pass through metal, but they can also pick it up. Like that, it doesn't. Those are intrinsically opposites.
Well, it just means they can choose to.
Yeah, I can't choose. I can pick up a metal stool. I can't choose to pass through it.
Yeah, but you can also like wave your hand through water, or you can use your hand to scoop up water.
That's the direction that the hand is going. The water is still going to pass through. The water's not passing through my skin. It is just passing around it. I just cupped my hand into a little bowl so that way I can slurp it up like I'm a jungle traveler finding a fountain.
Yeah, they say that the thing that's basically making the ghosts is some sort of electromagnetic current, and that is why that's why they can interact with metal objects. Because the
I don't like when the show gets too sciencey.
When it tries to like stir up a cauldron of magic and science, that's when it gets a bridge too far.
Yeah.
When it's like, we can justify the ghosts. The ghosts are magnets. Fucking magnets. How do they work?
Yeah.
But we do have a second part here to watch to get into.
Oh, we didn't touch on one last thing.
What's that?
Clara's carrying cards.
Oh yeah, Clara has a series of what appears to be speech cards to help the Doctor be a little less of an asshole.
I love that.
Including the one that's just like, I'm very sorry for your loss. I will do everything I can to avenge the loss of your friend / family member / pet. We should go back and read what the other cards were. Because one of them is something, I think one of them said like, I'm sorry, I had no way of knowing you lived in Aberdeen. Just something like that. It's very silly. But we do have Cassie Professy questions for our upcoming episode, Before the Flood.
Okay.
Because as the Doctor says, he's going back in time to find out what sent
Oh
our
yeah, and then the episode ended with a new ghost, Dr. Ghost.
Dr. Boo.
They changed the title card just for this one.
Can I tell you the funny thing about you saying that is one of my idea questions for this was to ask you how because this isn't the question anymore, so I don't mind saying this, but the title sequence of the next episode gets changed from the usual ones that we've been seeing.
Oh, okay.
And I was going to ask you how that was, and one of the options was going to be that they changed it to Dr. Boo because he's a ghost.
Silly.
But I have since changed questions, so I don't mind doing that anymore. Yes, the Doctor's going back in time to find out when exactly this little spaceship with its letters carved into it wound up under the lake.
I forgot all about that spaceship.
Well, it's good that I reminded you because one of my Professy questions is about that spaceship.
Well,
in this episode, we learned that little spaceship is actually what? A prisoner transport, B, an ambulance, or C, a hearse.
hearse makes the most sense, I feel like.
It is a ghosty episode. So
but also the carving in the walls would suggest that somebody put those there. So perhaps like was it ambulance, a hearse, or what was the third?
A prisoner transport.
Yeah, thematically, hearse makes sense. Also, considering that there wasn't much else in. Remind me, were there seats or was it just the one platform in the?
There were no seats that we could see. There was just sort of like there was a box that was in there that they had like pulled out where the Doctor had said that he wants to kiss it to death.
Yeah.
So it was that box, but otherwise there was no.
I thought he wanted specifically to kiss the fact that he is so brilliant and awesome and remembers things, and that he wanted to kiss that concept to death.
No, it was that the ghosts were so like mysterious and spooky, and also that like he was getting mystery horny. You know, the kind of horny that don't really gets like Fred or Shaggy going.
Yeah.
Or Velma.
Hearse makes too much sense. I don't think it's that.
Okay. You don't think it's hearse. All right, so that means it's either a prisoner transport or an ambulance. I like that your reasoning is that a hearse makes too much sense and therefore it can't be that. All my questions are trick questions.
Yeah.
This is what I feel like. This
because
is you.
It's the specificity of the way that the markings are carved in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think is a feature of the ship itself. Like the ship was not designed with those in mind.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel that they were put there by somebody. I don't know. We'll say prisoner transport. Okay. I'm thinking that feels.
I just like picturing you like in like a high school biology class, assuming every question on a test is a trick question.
Yes. I would always freak out when the multiple choice would start spelling out words. Be like, oh no, this test just said bad 3 different times.
A, C, A, B. My teacher hates cops.
We've had bad like 3 times in a row, and now we're having cab. I think these are wrong.
A bad dad. He's dealing with something at home. A dead dad? I didn't even know E was an option.
Sometimes it is. E, all of the above.
All right. So Cassie assumes that this little spaceship is a prisoner transport. And additionally, this upcoming episode opens with a monologue the Doctor gives to the camera.
Oh,
the Doctor is talking to us.
Oh no!
It's very weird. I don't know why. I don't entirely know why they did it because he never does it. I can't remember any other time the Doctor does it.
I don't know why they did it this once and then never again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not angry about it. I don't hate it. It's just weird.
Is it the Doctor explaining that this episode was made during a time when things were different, and so there's gonna remember when Whoopi Goldberg would come out into the beginning?
This was made in the far-off future of 2013.
You know,
Actually, sort of, it's the opposite. It's a monologue about the past, because he's talking. This is a monologue that talks about what famous classical composer.
Is this a multiple choice?
It is, in fact, a multiple choice.
Thank you.
Is it Ludwig von Beethoven?
I don't care.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart? Or Joseph Haydn?
Do I have anything to go off
Nope,
of?
not at
Mozart, then.
Amadeus. Oh, Amadeus.
Yeah, this is one of those bullshit questions that there is nothing for me to go off of.
I put Haydn here because Joseph Haydn was actually Beethoven's teacher.
I don't know who that is. I don't know anything about classic composers.
They're a pair of classical composers.
I don't know.
They're both German.
Okay.
Joseph Haydn taught Beethoven how...
The only thing I know about Germany is that now they feel really bad about what they did.
Well, Ludwig von Beethoven was a deaf composer and also one of the probably most famous composers in all of history.
Yeah, okay.
And do you know why they had such a hard time finding his teacher?
Because he was actually a Saint Bernard.
Because he was Haydn.
Okay, my joke was really funny though. If you watch those movies.
I always wanted Beethoven and Air Bud to team up, start a band together.
I mean, there's no rules that says dogs can't be in a band. Yeah, Mozart. That's the one I know.
All right, Cassie's picking Mozart then. All right, we will find out together if that little spaceship was a prisoner transport.
Although you did have a lot of information right now about Beethoven, so I'm kind of actually thinking that it might be Beethoven.
Might be Beethoven.
Yeah.
We got to remember, Cassie, I was a music major for 2 years. I took a music history class and failed it, and that's actually why I dropped out of music.
I thought it was because all your teachers were mean to you.
That was the teacher that was the meanest to me. Like, that teacher was like, I have never had so many students fail this class before, and it's all your faults. It's definitely not me. All right, so are you sticking with Mozart and prisoner transport?
No, I'm going with Beethoven.
Beethoven, all right.
No, which one is right, Zach? I got the other questions. I had a fighting chance.
I mean, they're all sort of random when you get right down to it. Like, how were you supposed to guess zombie, ghost, or vampire? There was no information there for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I could go based off of like past experiences. Which musical composer?
Yeah, this is a monologue about a musical composer. Which one feels right to you?
None of them.
None of them?
I don't know. Like, I don't, this is one of those things where I'm like, this is truly an unfair question.
They're all unfair questions, Cassie.
Yeah, but that's what I don't like. I'm not having fun answering it.
I'm having fun watching you get mad at me.
Okay, you sadist. I void. I don't want to answer this question at all.
You object on principle.
Yeah. Get fucked. You're one of those little like sneak backup questions.
I guess I could ask you
in case I don't like this one.
So I could ask you one question that I feel
give me another and then I'll choose which question I answer.
Well, I could give you another one that's got one of those like bonus. This is one of those bonus point questions because you actually could answer this one.
Okay.
But I know that you've forgotten. Can you describe the Fisher King for me?
God damn it.
See, this one's fair because you have seen this one.
Didn't say I couldn't look at my pictures from that.
That's cheating.
It's not cheating because you didn't know that I had my own photos.
It's no different than you Googling it.
Well, because the only one that I have is like, is that the Fisher King?
You can guess. She's zooming in on the placard, trying to see if it says the Fisher King. You little sneak.
It's not. He's a man.
He's a man. I feel like that's implied with king.
You said I could get a point for everything I described.
Okay.
I could be a king.
You could be the boy king.
Yeah, Zach. I could be a king. I don't know if they're doing like a drag king sort of situation.
You've never tried to pull a sword from a stone. If You could pull one and be the king of England.
Uh-huh. He's tall.
He's tall. Okay.
Sure.
Like really tall.
Yeah.
Okay. Really tall. So not a little guy. He's a big man.
Really tall.
So far, we're going in the total opposite direction of Dalek.
Yeah. Mech suit, is that?
Mech suit. All right.
Sure.
Big robot man.
So we'll just leave it at that because
All right,
this bit's going on too long.
Big tall man mech suit. All right. That works for me then. All right, we will find out together.
Oh, and then I suppose I'll just stick with Mozart and then bonus point for big tall man mech suit.
All right. Big tall robot boy. Astro Man. All right, we will find out together if the Doctor does a monologue about Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, if that little spaceship is a prisoner transport, and if the Fisher King is a big tall robot man.
Yeah.
And we will find out together as we watch Before the Flood. And we are back from Before the Flood.
But after the time.
But after the flood.
But before and after the flood.
And the lake and the Ghostbusters. Ghost Doctors. Do.
There is a way to do the Ghostbusters theme and Doctor Who. I just can't be bothered to think about that for too long, or else we'll be here for 45 minutes.
Doctrine makes me feel good. So what'd you think, Cassie? How'd you like this little two-parter?
It was fine.
I also think it's kind of just fine.
Like the first episode, I'm like, oh, cool, interesting, fun. But then the second, I'm like, here's the thing, I'm a little bit upset at the fact that we very rarely get to see the Doctor engage in time travel shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really like when shows do the thing of like, oh, we've time traveled to the same place, like what they did in the third Harry Potter film. Your present is affected by your future self, but you don't know that. Like I like when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, like to be honest with you, I've talked a little bit before about how I have some scripts squirreled away in case I ever get the opportunity to submit something for Doctor Who. One of them is basically the Doctor doing a Groundhog Day, where the TARDIS keeps dropping him off like 5 or 10 minutes earlier than he dropped off earlier in the episode.
Well, because we saw this where he got dropped off 30 minutes after.
Yeah, and so it's where he has to where they have to avoid themselves. I picture the idea of them having to do that for an entire episode, where like Doctor number 2 has to avoid Doctor number 1, and then Doctor number 3 has to avoid 2 and 1, and they have to keep doing that.
Yeah.
For like 17 iterations.
Yeah, I think that's so fun and interesting.
Yeah, I would love that to be like its own episode premise. Obviously, that's not the case. That's when they just do it the one time. But it sparked enough of the idea that I chewed on it. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the second episode is much weaker than the first. I think the first gets the benefit of like setting a bunch of like atmospheric, cool looking ghosts. And while the second episode does have the Fisher King, who looks fucking dope.
Oh, the one moment specifically where hats off to whoever got to do the lighting for this episode, because there was one moment where they're in the temple and it's high contrast, stark shadows, and the Doctor is like sitting down, and then you have the Fisher King literally like towering and like leaning over the Doctor.
Yeah, a full head taller than him so that he can just like hunch over him.
And the Fisher King does have a curvature to its spine. So when he leans over,
there's a very predatory look to it.
Oh, it's terrifying. I hate it.
Yeah, and then of course they have Peter Serafinowicz doing the voice of the Fisher King.
But of course, everybody knows that. You
would know him as you remember when we watched Miracle Workers?
Yes.
The king from the second season.
Okay.
That's Peter Serafinowicz.
Serafinowicz.
It's a fun name to say. Or if you remember Guardians of the Galaxy, the space cop that goes, "What a bunch of a-holes." Yeah. That's Peter Serafinowicz.
Okay.
Just a great voice. A great voice for a villain. I'm shocked that I don't see him wheeled out to do that more often, because when he gets the venom in it, it really emphasizes how much he will just kill you.
Yeah.
And it isn't until the doctor's like, well, I've already foiled a plan. That he's like, fuck, I gotta go take care of the thing now.
Yeah,
The doctor's a little stinky in this episode.
the doctor is very stinky, and he just keeps getting stinkier. Like, I think that for me is the biggest, like, letdown in any episode, when the doctor does end it just being like, I did everything for myself. Those messages weren't for you. They were for me. I'm so smart and clever. I'm going to pat myself on the head.
I agree that's the weakest part of the episode, was them trying to do this weird bootstrap paradox thing, because that's not...
When they introduced it at the very tippy top of the episode.
Yeah.
In the form of a strange monologue.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was, for a split second, I went, oh, the doctor is talking to these new people that are in the TARDIS. But no.
He's talking to us.
He's doing what's the word?
He's doing a Bill Nye the Science Guy and explaining a concept to us, the audience. It just
he's
feels weird.
He's doing a Truman Show, where in that moment the doctor is aware of the cameras.
Yeah, it's very weird.
I mean, in fairness, it's also very ADHD/autistic, because it's something that I do on my day-to-day, where sometimes I do pretend like I'm talking into a camera. Mm-hmm. So you could justify it away, except for the part where we're watching a television show and not somebody being crazy.
I like Gen Z, Gen Alpha talk to a chat that isn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I'm not...
Or it reminds it... You could even explain it away as I do a bit sometimes, where I'll say something and then I'll lean over and just be like, oh, and then for our audiences at home, I'm referring to a moment in time where I did this thing. Even though it's like I'm talking to the person that was there. I don't need to explain anything. So you could explain it away, but even giving it that much grace is too much, because it is really... We are having the doctor break the fourth wall to also justify the fact that the doctor is now responsible for changing part of the theme music.
Yeah. He added his own guitar. I also found out that guitar he plays is one that he picked out for the doctor to play personally. Like, he went down to a guitar store and doctor plays that one.
That's one that that Capaldi had on his list for a very long time and couldn't justify it.
I can make the BBC pay for it.
Until it's in the same way that when my dad was in a band, he didn't have guitars in every color, but he had ones that he really liked. He had like a reddish brown. It wasn't a very nice guitar, but it was the first one that he had gotten. He had a Rickenbacker, and there was a moment in time where he specifically went to a guitar store and found this like very lovely mint green one. Mm-hmm. And his only justification for buying it was, oh, I don't have one in mint green. I went, yeah, but you have a Rickenbacker. Like, that's your favorite one, dude. And he went, yeah, but I don't have one in green. So that if you told me that Capaldi went, well, I don't have one like this. That's one that the doctor would play. In the same way that, like, when playing D&D, you buy a bunch of dice based off of the character that you're currently playing.
Really
never mind the fact that you have so many other dice. But these ones are special for this character.
Yeah.
And once they have been designated for that character, they can't be used for any other character. Mm-hmm. Cut to me with we'll just say many sets of dice. Many sets of dice for characters who are, for all intents and purposes, dead, but they serve their purpose in their moments.
Yeah, the bootstrap paradox thing is the strangest part of the episode to me, because it feels so...
they don't do it any other point.
Well, it's also just like, it feels so barely a bootstrap paradox.
I don't know
what the doctor could have just had that realization. I don't
know what a bootstrap paradox is, and it really bothered me that he went, if you don't know what it is, Google it. No!
Well, the bootstrap paradox is basically if someone... So they explain it in the beginning, where it's, man is a fan of Beethoven, brings all of Beethoven's stuff with him, goes back in time, finds out Beethoven doesn't exist, and so uses all of his stuff to get Beethoven's things published, which then eventually make it back to him to travel back in time and make it again. And so it's one of those things where it's like, it's time travel that justifies itself. Or somewhere. But then the question becomes, if that guy didn't write Beethoven, like who wrote Beethoven's stuff the first time? Like, like that's the paradox. The paradox is this thing exists, but you can't trace back an origin point without just circling back on it again. But a
little what happened first, chicken or the egg?
Yeah, sort of like that. Yeah. It's just, I don't think it was necessary for the episode. It seems like it just could have been, the doctor is smart enough to have reversed. Like he was like, okay, the only thing I know for sure is that they have seen a ghost. So if I can just make it so that thing is not a ghost, if I instead defy their understanding and I make that a hologram, then I have kept the truth without having to, like, it's the same, because it's the same stuff he did saving Gallifrey, where it's like, Gallifrey is gone now. We didn't unwrite that. We just changed that from it blowing up to it being in a different dimension. Like, this is the stuff the Doctor does.
Yeah.
And it felt so weird that they have to like explain this, like, well, where did the message really come from? I didn't think of that. I did it because the ghost did it. And I'm like, this is stupid.
It's not stupid. It's nerdy.
Right, but it's nerdy like for its own sake.
It's nerdy in a way that's annoying. It's not nerdy in a fun way where it's like, we're being self-aware. It's nerdy in a way where it's like, just shut up. Just stop talking.
You know what it feels like? It feels like he had just read about the writer had read about bootstrap paradoxes the week before, and he's like, well, I got to put that in the episode. But I don't have a place to put it in the episode. It's okay. I'll make it up.
Whenever bootstrap gets said now, all I can think about is Bill Turner. That's his name. Bootstrap. Anyways. I'm on a Pirates kick right now. Don't at me. There was also some other things of like the ghosts being able to interact with the physical world. I can understand if they are electromagnetic fields, they can just alter themselves and they can touch and pass through. Why was the one guy able to carry around an axe? Why was there a woodcutter's axe in a submarine base?
In case they had to like break down a door or something, because it was clearly very heavy. Like even
axes have wooden handles.
Not all of them. Some of them have metal handles.
Usually they do. This one clearly did.
Did it? I thought it had a metal one.
No. Either that or they painted the metal to look like wood, but either way. Because there was the wrench and, okay, that very clue, but I'll allow it. Wrenches are heavy and they're metal. But a woodcutter's axe?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I mean, it feels like that's part of just like standard like fireman equipment in a way where it's like, oh, there's a door we got to break down. Although it is kind of weird.
Every door in this building was metal.
Yeah, I know. I was just about to say every door is metal. So I'm also not entirely clear, but maybe they have it for boxes or something. I don't know.
Oh, here. Yeah, let me just go and get my box cutting axe.
My favorite thing is when they walk through the walls, they have to leave their tools behind because they can't face those through. They're just like, all right, I'll come back for the axe later.
Again, these episodes do have a fair deal of a video game logic.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the part that really made it, I think, worth it for us is when the ghost takes Clara's phone. Just like, I'm gonna look at all your pictures.
I mean, that was the part that we had fun riffing with. I think that it was a little silly that the ghost went, I'm gonna take your phone, I'm gonna walk down the hallway, it's gonna be a trap now.
I am playing Candy Crush.
Because there was just the one moment where all the ghosts are circled around and I joked that they were watching the one play Temple Run. So I know I was still playing a good deal of Temple Run in 2014.
I was too, I think.
I still have it on my phone. I don't play it.
You still have it on your phone? That's wild.
I still have it on my phone.
I didn't know Temple Run was still a thing.
Yeah, I still have it on my phone. I just need to download it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed that the doctor decided that he had to go the long way to get back there, so he hid himself in the not sarcophagus, but the coffin, in like the space coffin. And I like to imagine he's just like, I know he's supposed to be in suspended animation, but I do like to imagine him just laying there for like 1,000 years being like, what am I going to say when I get out of here? Gotta have something good. Gotta think of morning breath. That's the bit I'm gonna do. Don't kiss me, morning breath. All right, come on, everybody. I'm gonna save the day.
It's very Matt Smith.
You can tell these are still being written by Moffat. I also really enjoyed when they're early in the episode when the ghost doctor like floats through the door, and he comes towards them. The doctor's like, why am I not trying to kill you? Which is just a great sentence to say. Why am I not trying to kill you? But then on more serious notes, there were two really dramatic moments I enjoyed. One is when the doctor says like, it's too late now. We've seen the future. I have to die. And Clara goes, not with me. You can die with someone else, but not with me. Like, because there's something very like genuine about that.
Yeah.
Very like I'm being selfish, and I'm acknowledging that I'm being selfish.
Yeah.
Where, right now the doctor has taught me to be something else, other than being like a miserable sad sack because my boyfriend died last year.
And then on that same note, it's also perfectly justifiable that Clara would be upset at the doctor for saying he, quote unquote, needed to die, because that's exactly then what Danny Pink said.
Yeah, what Danny was like, you can't save me. So it's just all these people around her all the time are like, I can't be saved. And Clara's like, shut up. Yes, you can, because I said so.
Sometimes it pays off to be a little selfish,
Like this one of the reasons why I love Clara is that she has, it's just, I don't feel like we've had anyone else that has this dynamic with the doctor. It's a very like selfish behavior, but in a way that feels very endearing, if that makes sense. Like, it feels weird to say that selfish behavior can be endearing.
I mean, you're attracted to me, and
I mean, I'm not going to say you and Clara don't hit a lot of the same vibes for me. And another one I really like was when right after O'Donnell dies, and Bennett is clearly furious at that.
Yeah. Upset at the doctor for not saving her and not trying harder.
Yeah, the hardest he tried was, you should stay here. And she goes, no. And he goes, all right, I tried.
When you go back into the doctor's history and you're like, every single time that there is somebody who has entered the TARDIS that is, for lack of a better term, a companion, he's learned, if they say no, don't fight it.
Well, even she's like, there's no chance I'm going to do that. So he's like, oh, I can't do anything then.
Yeah.
If I can't do that, move on to step 2, which is test my theory. And I really like that Bennett, there's this like entirely performed way he does it. Like, it's not in the text, but you can tell that Bennett was like, I had feelings for her and now she's dead and it's your fault. And I blame you for it.
Well, because then we get the payoff of that later on when he specifically is telling Lowell.
Yeah, Cass and Lowell, I think are their names.
I think it's Lowell. When he's talking to LOL about... But he's specifically telling him to translate something to Cass. And that thing is, tell her that you love her, you always have.
Lun, L-U-N-N.
Like, tell her that you love her, you always have, because...
so things can happen and you'll miss your window.
Yeah.
And like, even then, it's still not explicit. Like, he doesn't specifically say, like, I loved O'Donnell, but it's done through the performance that you know what he's talking about.
Yeah. They know that she's dead just based off of her ghost being present there.
Yeah.
And so it's I don't need to say this. I don't need to say it specifically. We're all adults. We all know we have eyes.
Yeah. And I really...
We have eyes and they don't.
And really commit... But I really wanted to commend Bennett's performance there. I thought that was a really good job. And also the moment where because he's clearly like angry and upset about it, he immediately like assumes the doctor is doing this for selfish reasons, which he is, but not in the way he thinks he is, where he's like, oh, and now it's getting closer to you, so now you're going to do something about it because you're coming up on the list. And the doctor's like, no, I'm not doing this to save me. I think I'm already dead. I'm trying to prevent Clara from dying. Like, that is what I care about right now.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those, like, it's a really humanizing thing of like, the doctor has prescribed himself death. He knows he believes he knows what's going to happen. He says it
himself, dead man walking.
Yeah. And I really like that the way that all plays out. For me, the real issue with the second episode is that the pacing is really slow.
Yeah.
Like it just
Well, that's why I was like, oh, cool. We're gonna get time travel hijinks. The Doctor is gonna have to evade himself and then himself, but we only get one moment of that, and it really isn't too big of a deal.
Yeah. We don't even get the Doctor going, is that really what my hair looks like from the back?
And like none of
I gotta
it.
grow this out.
We get none of it. We do get cool Doctor interacting with Fisher King.
Mm-hmm. But even that's also like in an empty warehouse. Like it's supposed to be like an empty church building.
I'll allow it. The lighting was cool.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Like, especially because they do a long build up to seeing the Fisher King. Like you hear him stomping around.
Yeah.
Before he finally steps in.
You hear him stomping, you see his silhouette, but you don't physically see him.
Yeah, and then we saw that costume at the Doctor Who exhibit.
Yeah, it scared me. That's why I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
Well, that and it was also on a platform.
Yeah, it was on a platform, but even then, that platform was
still.
only like 5 inches high. But that thing was definitely like 7 feet tall, if not taller.
Yeah.
Like it's enormous and looking down at you, and you're just like, and then in the show, he looks and feels big, partly because of the sound design for his steps makes him sound very heavy.
Yeah.
But also the actor in that costume is doing a very good job of like moving like he has weight. And then Peter Serafinowicz comes in with that like raspy bass voice, and you're like, oh.
The only thing that I didn't fully understand is why he was called the Fisher King.
I think it's just his name.
Why Fisher?
Family name, I guess.
He didn't.
Because as we all know, his favorite thing is to watch that 1990s Terry Gilliam movie starring Robin Williams.
Huh?
There's a Robin Williams movie called The Fisher King.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Which
that.
might be probably why they really did that, is because that movie's made by Terry Gilliam, who is one of the Monty Python folks.
Okay.
So there's a very real, like, he probably had a huge influence on the people that made this production just by proxy of being a huge influence on British culture.
Fair.
Especially because it doesn't feel like Terry Gilliam whimsy, so I don't know that I would. It feels very strange for them to rope that in, but you know, it's also just kind of a fun name, so to each their own.
Yeah.
For me, the really weird part is that he, for some reason, was pretending to be dead.
Fisher King?
Yeah, like because they say he's in a hearse.
Yeah.
Which implies that he is dead.
He's wrapped up. Where did he get the mech suit from?
What mech suit?
Well, the body that was in the hearse was like humanoid, very small. It wasn't a 7 foot tall.
Oh no, that's like, so they say he's huge when he's wrapped up. There's another little body later on. That was the Undertaker, the Tavali.
Well, yeah, but like he didn't have all of his like stuff.
That might just be bad layout, because that's supposed to be what he looks like.
Oh, well, I thought he like stashed his suit somewhere.
I mean, maybe his clothes were in that little in the little pantry that they hide in later.
That's the only see, but that's also part of it too for me, is like there were certain things of this episode like that where it's like that didn't register to me.
Yeah,
everything just kind of happens.
Like, he can't just be walking around with his Fisher King out. It's just.
But like, I don't like the energy of, things just kind of happen.
Yeah.
Things just kind of happen, and it's Doctor Who, so there's really no need for us to dwell on it too much, because there's going to be another episode next week, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It's just so strange that
this is not a threat that is going to come back.
It's just so strange that because the thing about the pacing was it felt really slow. Like, it felt like this was probably, they only had an episode and a half worth of an idea.
Yeah.
And so they sort of like dragged out the second episode a bit to fill it out. Meanwhile, there's all this like just kind of weird stuff that just kind of goes hand waved. Like the fact that he was just pretending to be dead for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you?
Although it also would have been strange if he just went, you're probably wondering why I was pretending to be dead. Well, it's because of exposition time.
Well, I mean, I think there's supposed to be like a subtext of the Fisher King and his people took over the Tavali. The Tavali have now been freed of them, so he specifically is like trying to flee. But it's very strange. I don't fully understand it. I'm a little annoyed by it, especially because I think the first episode does such a good job of setting up stakes, and then the second episode takes this weird detour to talk about bootstrap paradoxes and and like this, like the writer's hyperfixations that week.
The more that you talk about it, the more it does feel like this was probably not even an episode and a half. this feels like it could have been just a little bit of a longer episode.
Yeah.
But in an effort to split it in twain and make it two, they had to fill it out with the doctor's exposition about bootstrap paradoxes.
Uh-huh.
Like that type of thing only feels like it exists in scenarios where you're just kind of you're vamping.
Yeah. I was just curious because I hadn't like retained it to memory. I looked up who the writer was for this episode. We've referenced so much of his earlier work in this episode.
LOL.
Because you referenced K9. The first episode he wrote for Doctor Who was School Reunion with K9 in it. I referenced vampires earlier. The second episode he wrote was The Vampires of Venice.
Nice.
When I mentioned the Tavali earlier, I told you that he was from the Minotaur episode, The God Complex. He also wrote that episode.
Okay.
We had joked about in the middle segment here. I had talked about how it'd be fun if we could combine these ghosts with A Town Called Mercy. Turns out he also wrote A Town Called Mercy. We have referenced fucking everything else this man has worked on.
That's really funny.
Without knowing it at all.
That's really funny.
But the question is, Cassie, who put those ideas in our head in the first place?
Oh my god! Even our episodes come full circle.
Wah, 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 wah.
Waluigi.
Wah, 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 wah.
Oh, you're being a guitar, being Beethoven.
Yeah, I'm doing his Beethoven guitar.
Gotcha. I don't know that you were playing this game for yourself. I don't know that I had a favorite moment in either episode. I mean, I suppose in this one it was just the image of the Fisher King leaning over the doctor.
Yeah, I feel I did not write one down. That's my fault. Because if I was going to guess,
you're terrible at your own game.
I'm terrible at my own game. I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad at it. Especially because it's a game I made up for myself to do. This wasn't something you had tasked me with. I was just trying to mix stuff up a little bit. I mean, if I was going to guess, to be truly honest with you, I think I would have picked when the ghost takes Clara's phone.
No, I was just a little bit annoyed by that.
It's like, this is mine now. I want to go figure out your password.
Because I was like, the ghost wouldn't have any. Well, I guess never mind. I was like, say the ghost wouldn't know to take the phone, but I forgot that McDonald had heard the doctor be like, "Okay, don't move your phone anywhere. Don't lose your phone."
Yeah,
and so I suppose the ghost would have retained that little tidbit of knowledge somehow. I don't know. I think if I was dead, I would completely forget all about phones.
I do like the little touch that. The doctor drowns the Fisher King specifically to make it roar so he can save that roar for later.
Yeah, I know that we're glossing over it. I'm already so annoyed by the Sonic sunglasses. It's a projection. The projection done by the glasses themselves. Oh, and look, they also have Men in Black technology. They can make you forget things.
I made the sonic vibrations vibrate through your skull until you forgot this.
I don't.
Whatever. I mean, it would be nice to like just put on some sunglasses and then I wouldn't be going triple dent gum anymore.
Yeah, but then you would also potentially forget how to drink water or fluids.
Fluids.
Liquids.
Fluids is such a fun word to say in a Scottish accent. Yeah. Fluids. I hope we don't have any Scottish listeners that are trying to reach through their phones and stab me in the throat for doing their accent. Mine's not great. I know it's not. It's better than some other people's, but it's not.
I'm not even gonna try.
Next week we get a little reprieve from this 2-parter though. Next week we get we get 2 1-parters instead of 1 2-parter. I mean they still have echoing names, but they are separate production codes, and therefore they get separate episodes of the podcast. Next week we get The Girl Who Died.
Oh no, a girl dies in this show. Jachis, that never happens.
We'll find out all about that on the next episode of Who Is My Doctor?
Who is my doctor?
Who is indeed. Hey there, everybody. I hope you enjoyed another episode, and I hope you are subscribed wherever you're listening now to get updates about future episodes. You can also find us on Twitter, Blue Sky Threads, and Instagram at WimDpod. That's WIMDPOD. And if you'd really like to support us, you can join us over on Patreon at patreon.com/whoismydoctor. Special thanks, as always, to our Big Daddy Dalek patrons, Andrew Blewett, David Gansel, Travis Aiken, and Daniel Lindgren. And next week, I hope you all have brushed up on your Wagner, because we're going to be spending some time with the Vikings. So we'll see you next Tuesday, because your Tuesdays are now Who's Days.